Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You tell me what about you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking me too. So, how's your day going so far?
So far, so good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So, may I have your introduction, please? Little bit.
Yes, why not? So, first, thank you so much for giving me this stunning opportunity. So, my name is Ashutosh Dwivedi, and I'm from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. About my education, I'm pursuing my master's degree in English literature. Apart from this, I run a YouTube channel based on spoken English conversations. When it comes to my profession, I help my students to speak English. So I'm a spoken English trainer by profession. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Okay, nice. Good to hear that. Okay, so I have one question that when it comes to speaking English, so people, and if I tell you about myself as well, so I also sometimes go with the flow. So smoothly I'm talking, okay. But when it comes to speak on any kind of topic, so it becomes little bit harder to speak on particular topics. So how can we prepare on that? So please elucidate. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a very nice question. I would say most of the people suffer from it. They are able to talk on general things, but when it comes to topic, they are not able to express themselves. So the what is very important thing first, for improvement, you have to speak either on topic, either on general things or random things, whatever, if you are able to. But some people are introvert, so they are not able to talk a lot about themselves, or they are not very much into gossip, and they are not talkative. So it is not easy for them to handle a conversation of 20-25 minutes without having a topic. So for them, it is important to introduce a topic and talk about the topic, so at least they can put their thoughts, because they are not. I have been training people for 3 years. So I get some students who are ready to talk for a month without having a single topic. Every day they talk their daily things, daily routine things, their family, their passion, everything. And I do not introduce any topic, and I do not ask them to speak on any topic. But some of the students, after only one single session, after introductory session, they do not have anything to talk about. Then I have to put some topics in front of them so they can speak about it. So that is the one thing, that you have to understand that what kind of person he or she is. And second thing, when it comes to the topic, some people are comfortable speaking about without topics, because they are good in gossips and they are talkative. But when it comes to the topic, they do not have knowledge about it. So topic goes with knowledge as well. You cannot speak about pollution, this global warming, or just environmental issues without having a specific a little knowledge about it. So for that, you should read some articles on it, at least read articles on education sector, school, social media, all these things which are burning topics in our society. So if you will have some knowledge about it, you can talk about it and ask other people also. If you have some friends, ask them to prepare on one topic so they can be ready next day, and you can talk about that topic on them, or just to them. So that's how it is. So talking about the topic is all about the knowledge, if you do have knowledge. Because generally you cannot talk about, maybe if I'll say about American politics, if you do not have idea about American politics, then how you are going to talk about it? First you should have the deep knowledge about it, then only you can talk about this. So for that, it is very important to have particular knowledge on those topics, then you can talk about it. And this first thing already said, that if somebody is not comfortable talking about their personal things, just launch a topic and talk to them and ask them to have some views about it.
Okay. And sometimes it happens that we are to we have to speak things like let's say impromptu. It's called
Mhm.
extempore, right? And that moment we need to fabricate some story or some kind of stuff. So is it okay with a beginner? I think it's not okay.
For a beginner, it is going to be really difficult to gather some thoughts and speak. Impromptu, okay, they will speak, but within 2 minutes, they give only 2 or 3 minutes in impromptu, right? That you have to speak. I went to Toastmasters. I have a little experience of Toastmasters. So there they used to give a topic on, they call it topic on feet, table topic, they call it, that you will get the topic on table and you have to speak about it. So for someone who is not able to frame sentences, it is going to be very difficult for him to speak. first thing I have seen many people, they are not able to understand topic. Actually, they take 2 minutes to understand what is the topic, then they speak. So for that you need a certain level. You should be on level that you can understand and you can speak and make stories and make some thoughts related to it as early as possible. So it's not easy for everyone. So for beginners, they should practice on very simple topics and they should be given time to do preparation and then speak about it, and speak about very general topics. As I asked some questions to you in previous session about hobbies, everybody knows about their hobbies, their hometown, their personal life. So ask these questions which they are aware of. But after a certain level, you can just give them some impromptu or table topics. So that's how it is. Because for sometimes it was difficult for me to speak as well. If topic is something like I'm not very much into technology, and one day they asked me about this chat GPT and everything. So I'm not very much into it, so I did not have a lot of thoughts to speak on chat GPT. So for that you need a certain kind of knowledge, and that mind also, that you can gather thoughts and you can speak within 2 minutes. So that is for the people who are on intermediate level, or who are able to express themselves comfortably and they have knowledge on multiple topics. So I do not feel it is a good thing. But of course, when I will tell you about my training sessions, I help my students. So I do not tell them topics, but I give them very simple topics in the beginning. That do you go to college every day, and how many days do you walk? So they are able to answer these questions, and I ask them to give details and add some stories related to their life. So that's how it is. If you will give, it's okay to give them this extemporary or the table topics, but topics should be very simple. You should keep in mind.
Yeah, so I think it should not be assumed as a like bullying thing or blot, that because I have heard from many people that if you are not being able to talk on some particular topic, this means you are good for nothing. You don't know anything like this. So I think we need some moments. So what's your perception on this? If I am asking for 1 minute for the preparation, so it's wrong. It's a blot. I don't think so. What's your thought on this? Please explain this.
So means you are saying, like, if you give somebody a 1 minute to do preparation and then speak about it, right? So
Yeah.
means what do you feel like it's not a good thing for a beginner? That's what you thought it?
No, no. I'm telling you on the basis of my experience, because I have gone through this kind of I can say bullying thing. Somebody was bullying me. Yeah. So I asked for that first of all, give me the heads up. Give me the heads up.
Mhm.
What is the topic all about? So the other person was saying it's not talking about Chandrayaan and all. So I was like, I don't have much knowledge, and it's been years. You can imagine 17, 16 years back I completed my graduation. After that I was totally involved and immersed with my family, doing nothing. Off and on I used to collect words from the dictionaries. I was doing nothing. I know, if I tell you to grabbing the knowledge, I was doing nothing for that. So if I say this, I don't think so. It's a bullying thing and it's kind of blot or something like this.
It's not at all good thing if somebody says that I'm just if anybody is not aware of some topics, I feel like
Yeah,
they should make them understand. That is a good approach, because you cannot say maybe you are having a good knowledge in the same thing. If I'll talk about the cooking, it is a very basic topic, but you know something about it. But maybe if you'll ask me that how to prepare tea, maybe I'm not going to express that. So it's
absolutely.
nothing wrong in it, because I'm not having any experience, right? Even though
Yeah,
I live in the society, I see my mother and my sisters to prepare tea, but I do not take interest in it. So there is no need to make fun of others. Make them understand their level, because they are human beings and they are trying to understand their background. So what I feel, there are people who try to show off and who have this kind of thoughts that they are not asking you some difficult, why are you not able to answer? And it's totally normal and natural, because if you do not have knowledge, then how can you speak about it? But
absolutely.
you would
True
get
that.
such kind of people in your journey, and that's quite okay. But try to ignore those people who are not supporting you. Surround yourself with the people who are positive enough and they're able to help you all the time with your journey. So that is very important. So do not focus on negativity, try to focus on positivity and make some friends who are ready to help you all the time. Even though it's been 4 years for me, but sometimes I get situation when I cannot understand what they are asking. Sometimes I'm not able to understand and anything, whatever it is. Sometimes your mood is not good, So that's how it is. So
Absolutely.
it does not mean they will start laughing at me. No meaning in it. So I feel, moreover, you have to be a good human being. You have to understand the people's situation. Then only you can just, ask something to them.
Yeah, because those people, they are trying to condescending, like they are trying to just
They are
showcase,
trying to pull you down, and actually they are
portray that
trying to
I'm superior.
demotivate you. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
superior to you. That's why they are trying to condescending that I'm good enough in comparison to you. These kind of people, they live in this society. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
delete such kind of people from your contact list. As of course a lot of motivators say, it is very important to surround yourself with the people who are supportive, not surround people who are just just demotivating you. It's better
and
to have two friends, but if they are supportive.
and I can guarantee that I know much and more than words in comparison to her, whosoever was trying to pull me down. I know like many words, numerous words, because I can say I have been these kind of habits to collect words from the dictionaries. Wherever I like come across any words, I try to write down those. Okay, and many words I have got registered. It's, I can say, embedded in my mind. So I can guarantee that I know a lot of words in comparison to those people, even though they are trying to portray that I am superior to you, just because at that moment I was not prepared. And that does not define that in just a few minutes, in just a jiffy, I will not be prepared. But they were like, okay, no, 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 you're
It
not good enough,
happens.
you're not. Yeah.
I got a lot of people in this journey who used to speak like a super fast or private jet. They will show you that you're not fluent enough, that you cannot speak like me, but I do not feel embarrassed and I do not feel offended because everybody has their own style and own way of speaking. And when it
Absolutely.
comes to words, also, I do not, to be honest, I accept this that I do not know a lot of words and I'm not into a lot of words because this is not my style to speak a lot of advanced word, four words in a single sentence, because I want to create content for the people who are not able to understand English. I want to reach out to more and more people so they can understand everything, whatever I'm trying to say. They can understand all the tips and tricks and follow that. So because if I'm going to use a lot of words, difficult words, they have to put the dictionary next to them and they will not feel watching the just conversation for very long. So everybody has a different style. Some people are interested in using a lot of idioms, phrases,
Yeah.
words. Some people are into a lot, like the maybe very fast speaking English, but I'm not all into it, because the meaning of communication is that how just many people can understand your English. Are you able to convey your message to people or not? They are able to understand comfortably or not? So all these questions should be there in your mind when you are speaking to people, and to whom you're addressing. You're not speaking for people who are living in the UK or US or Australia, because they are already good in it, because Sashi Tharoor can do it because he speaks in Parliament of the UK, but we cannot because our audience is quite basic and they do not know how to speak in English.
Absolutely, totally agree with you. So I would like to know something, since you were telling me that you have been like teaching for 3 years, right? So I would like to know something on child labor, because it's quite persistent in our society and it's kind of blot as well, and it's totally spread in all over. Wherever you go, like you must find anyone or any like small child who is totally like working as a labor, and totally involved in such kind of work, like in a factory or any kind of industry, like a helper in a restaurant, okay, or any kind of house building site. So little bit I would like to know your take on this.
Yeah, so child labor, of course, it is restricted on papers as it is written in our constitution that it is not allowed, but practically it's there in ground and people do it and kids are bound to do it. So for that, we need actually the people like Kailash Satyarthi, I would say, and we need many people and campaigners who can put light and throw light on all these issues first. And second thing, education matters a lot, that if you're educated enough, the parents, if they are educated enough, they are going to focus on their kids education and they will force them to go to school and study something. And third thing, education is very important, because if parents are uneducated, they do not give any preference to education. They feel, oh okay, after studying also you are going to do the same, so why can't you do it at the age of 10 and 12? And second
Yeah.
thing, this having more kids, if you do not have actually the good position or good, I think, financial condition, then why to go for 5 or 6 or 8 kids? Because if you're going for all those, like, many kids, for sure it is going to be difficult for you to maintain. So but some people do not understand. I see most of the people are on the streets, they have many kids because they think in more hats. What they feel, if they have 4 kids, they would go to places and they would get a lot of money. So it is a just, I would say, profession for them. So they do not care about their education and anything about their nourishment and everything. So they care about getting more money. So this is not good at all. I would say I do not support it. So for everybody, it should be compulsion to study at least 12 till 12th. To think it is very important to have this knowledge in their parents' mind that education is very important this era, in this era. So at least they should get education till 12. After that, they can go for anything, whatever they want to, because at that time they are 18 also. So after 18, they can work. But in India, what I feel sometimes, over education also, it's becoming a problem nowadays. People are not ready to work when they are 25, 30, 35 as well. So kids are working, but people who are adult, they are not working. So it is actually, if you have some financial condition, so select something and start working at the age of 18 and 20. So that's how it is. But kids, this child labor is always actually prohibited and not recommended at all. But we can only say things, but we cannot change the things. If it's there in people's mind, everybody should think about it, then only it is possible. I see also people in society, till now it is 2024, but they are not very much concerned about education. If they are not very much concerned about it, for sure underage, they will start working when they will be 14 and 16 only. So that's how it is. But education is the one of the most important things which is going to help us to get rid of this child labor. But it depends on the state. Like, if I talk about Jharkhand, so it is the one of the richest state in that mineral. But in contrast, people are working there who are kids, ladies, everybody. So that's how it is. So nowadays you can say, so education is most important. If you are educated, then you will support people to get more education.
Yeah, education can be used as a weapon, to
Exactly.
eradicate such kind of injustice and evils, right? So
Mhm.
whatever you have said, totally you have said rightly, and I totally concur with this. And these are kind of despicable things, and I totally enjoyed that, and I got to know a lot of things as well. So
Okay, so thank
yeah,
you so much, Minway. Thanks to you for inviting me to your YouTube channel, and all the best. And keep practicing, keep making conversations. So bye bye, take care.
thank you, thank you, bye bye.